All right, we thank you very, very much for showing up. We want to give you each 3 minutes to summarize why it's you that we vote for. And let's see, yes.
Get it over with or fall asleep. I didn't get my nap today. Anyway, I'm Kevin Melton. First thing I want you to do is remember this. Same thing in, same thing in, same thing out. Same thing in, same thing out. Same thing in, same thing out. If you're satisfied with everything that's going on, vote Lori back in. Okay? If you're not satisfied with what's going on, try someone new. You have fine candidates here. I have nothing bad to say about any of them. We're all on equal footing. We've had a very civil forums that we've been having. You've seen all of our point of views. We differ on some things. I am a Republican. I was the endorsed Republican candidate when I ran for state assembly last time. I got 36% of the vote against Todd Gloria. That means 36% of you guys voted for me already in 2016. So I'd appreciate that same 60% vote this time. And we can change things up. I'll work for you. I don't always vote party lines. I vote for the candidate. There's a lot of Republicans I didn't vote for because I know them personally and what they do. I vote for people. Okay, and that's what I think all of you should do. You should really look at who your candidates are. Do they align with your thinking? And you vote for that type of person. As you know, I'm not a big affordable housing advocate on the coast. Let me be very clear. On the coast, and this is the coast. We have a lot of land in San Diego, and we need to use it. I don't know when's the last time any of you drove 20 miles either direction, northeast, southeast, east. You know, there's plenty of land. We don't have to stuff everything right here. Okay? And that way the neighborhoods stay intact. We talk about displacement, you know, with all this stuff coming in. I don't know for sure, but I would imagine most of you have been in your homes for quite a bit of time. I don't think you're going anywhere. I don't think they're going to displace you. Okay? They're talking about new people moving in. It's not people that are here saying, oh, I can't afford to live here anymore. You've been here for quite a long time, most of you. And you're in your homes, so you're already here. As far as the homeless issue, please go to my website and click on the two homeless, the videos, I mean the news reports I did. They're about 6 minutes long, the last 3 that are top of my media page. I addressed and I gave the city the formula for handling the homeless situation. They took part of it, they didn't take all of it, so that's why they're in city council asking for more money again, like they did yesterday. Now, let me tell you this, on that vote, I would have voted with Alvarez. That was a 6-1. Lori she didn't even stay for the vote on her scooter proposal. She didn't even stay long enough for the vote. And she's the one, that was her emergency thing on the ordinance. I know I mixed things up there, but going back to the homeless. I would have voted not to give them another $2.5 million because they still don't have a plan. I was with the original 6.1 for the tents, the Ridge tents, to get everything rolling. But now they went back and asked for $2.5 million, and Alvarez is the only one that held out on everybody. I would have voted with Alvarez because if you don't have a plan, you're going to come back to me another month later and ask for more money. Thank you very much. KevinMelton.net. Kevin Melton wants your vote. Thank you.
Well, finally we come to the end. I'm being outspent, ladies and gentlemen, $100 to 1. Do you agree with that? Do you think that's a good idea? I mean, to spend all that money and, I mean, I'll spend 25 cents and get 1 vote. My opponents will spend maybe $80, $100 a vote. Why? Why? Where's the money coming from? Where do they get all the money? I chose not to spend a whole lot of money. My father, you know, during the Depression, my grandmother sewed him clothes from potato sacks. I'm going to bring that to the city council. It's not funny. I'm not going to spend your money. I'm not going to take your money away from you. You worked all your life. It belongs to you. Nobody else. I think we have too much money in politics, quite frankly. And, you know, I'm not a quitter. I don't quit. 40 years ago, I don't talk about it much, but I trained in Coronado in the pool with the Navy SEALs. I learned not to quit. Never. Became an Ironman. I never quit. Broke the bones in my hand, but I didn't quit. It's not about money. We've got to put an end to it now. It's about people. It's about doing the right thing without prostituting an election. Think of where that money could go to the homeless or the battered women or all the people that would need the help. But I've been around a long time here in Bay Park and Bay Ho. I graduated from Claremont High. I'm the only graduate from SDSU. I like SDSU, don't you? Great school. Good school.
Thanks for coming tonight. Your participation is wonderful. Keep it up. I'm a physician and a grandmother of 9, some of whom live in our district. I've also been a professor of medicine and successful in business. I never expected to run for office. But after having a 37-year career in family medicine, the hepatitis A crisis made me realize that as a physician and a scientist, I needed to try to bring some common sense, logical, intelligent representation for District 2 to our City Council. I've been very active in our community and charities, also on the Claremont Town Council Executive Board for 3 years. And since I came here, I have met and gotten to know many of our city's leaders and worked with them. And that's why you see on those handouts that went out before the meeting, 28 endorsements. The city needs to be inclusive of all of our community members, and it's been ignoring us. And I imagine it's doing it in other districts as well. We have to stop that. And one of the ways to stop it is for you to be activated, and that's wonderful. And we can help you with that. We'll keep you informed. I know the issues that are foremost to us in District 2. I know the way forward to resolve homelessness that's worked in other cities. We just need to do it. I know how to improve the housing stock. We all know how to improve the housing stock for the non-millionaire class. We just need to do it. We know how to work on resolving the issue of short-term vacation rentals that has plagued District 2. We have more of them and more problems with them than anywhere else in the city. We just need to do it. So as Ben Franklin said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Long-term planning years ago might have saved us from some of these problems that we're facing now. But now we have to resolve them. So let's do it. We got to make sure that in the future this stuff doesn't happen again. We have to have a vision for the future. We have to plan for the future. So I have a wonderful career. I have a supportive family. I am not interested in any future office. What you get from me is someone with the steel spine that will not be swayed by special interests, that will do what's best. I am the doctor on call to fix City Hall.
Thank you folks so much for sticking it out for so long here and giving up your evening. And thanks Jim and the folks that raised the balloon for really calling attention to this very important issue that's being ignored by the city leaders. And this is something that's just being pushed through without a lot of oversight, without a lot of engagement. The most frustrating thing that I've heard is about how the information is not being given to you, and the information just keeps changing, and when you call them out, they actually go back in time, and maybe they have a time machine, they change the planning manuals and say, oh no, it actually said this. I'm not gonna stand for that on city council. I deal with this kind of stuff all the time when I go up against corporate defense attorneys in my law practice. I know how to beat them. I'm the candidate with a track record of actually going up against these special interests, actually achieving victories both in the courtroom and legislatively, having worked on local and state laws that have gotten passed to protect the public interest, to protect consumers, to protect the environment. So that's what I'm gonna do. I pledge to be your advocate and to always take your calls and your emails and to figure out how we can actually create solutions and we can actually win against special interests when they come into our communities and they try to tell us that they're going to do it this way, and we can actually stand up as a community, and you can have an advocate in that city council seat who's going to stand up for you. If you look at some of the folks that are endorsing me, Pam Slater Price is a great example of somebody who served this community for decades as a county supervisor. She has endorsed me. Marty Emerald, who served 2 terms on the city council, and before that she was an I-Team reporter for the 10 News I-Team, uncovering scams and things that hurt consumers, and she's backing me. I'm backed by supporters of labor. The Laborers Local has endorsed me, and we can also look at some of our neighboring coastal communities like Imperial Beach. Imperial Beach Mayor Serge Dedina has endorsed me. And how many of you believe in man-made climate change, by the way? That it's happening, that it's real, that it's affecting us? Yeah, that's good, that's good. Okay, we're on a good, because we're gonna have a problem if you don't believe that this is happening and the sea level is rising. And who is responsible for this? You know, we're finding out about this now or in the past couple decades, but go back 30, 40 years, even longer than that. The oil companies knew. They had the data, they had the best scientists, they knew this was happening, and they still caused it. And this is gonna have a real price tag on our community. This is a coastal district. Who's gonna pay for the cost of sea level rise? Well, Imperial Beach has actually done the policy work to determine that price tag, what it's gonna cost, and they are seeking to hold the top 27 oil producers accountable. We can do the same thing in San Diego. There hasn't even been a step, there hasn't even been a move to that. We haven't even put a price tag on it. We know it's happening, we know sea level rise is coming, and we know who's responsible. And what we can do is actually join that lawsuit that Imperial Beach has, and we can hold those top 27 oil producers accountable for causing sea level rise. So I will always stand for the public interest. Brian Keys, environmental attorney for San Diego City Council. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are adjourned. Thank you folks for coming out.